Wilson's Lemonade is a flagship product of Wilson's Juice Company. Co-founder and CEO Seyi Abolaji shares how they built a strong brand in a tough business environment.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Diaries. I'm Wamaka Okoye, your host, and with me today I have Seyi Abolaji of Wilson's Lemonade, or Wilson's. So Seyi, so you came back, decided to rough it in Ota, and then your brother came back and joined you.
Yep.
You started out, juicing oranges, and then from there started doing smoothies and then lemonade. What challenges did you have, getting to this point? And also, the copycat or the competition now, is that becoming an issue?
We don't see them.
Ooh, okay.
So it's there's something like, for somebody to copy what you're doing is just validation. So it's not, we don't see them dismissive.
Yes.
We don't see them like we already have plans for 2, 3, 4 steps. They're just copying what they see. They don't understand like what they see is already old. So saying we don't see them is like, we're not paying attention to them. We're flattered.
Because they're behind you.
They're behind. But we really are not paying attention to them. We're like, a lot. So we have SCIT, SCIT, 4 core values. It's all about leadership. So we've defined what leadership is. Like, this is now, as a company, like my job, my partner's job is to create better. Boom. What are we focused on? We're focused on creating better leaders. We want our people in production to focus on creating better products. People in finance focus on creating better books. People in sales focus on creating better customer experiences. So everybody's creating better. How do you do that? Through leadership. So we define leadership through an acronym we call SCIT. Sacrifice, creativity, integrity, teamwork. And we define all of them. So creativity, having the courage to lead and to be different. So because we are creative and we believe God has blessed us with a gift of creativity, seeing people inspired by creativity enough to copy us, God bless them. Because we are still having the courage to lead and to be different, we're already moving on, right? So challenges. How much time do we have?
All right, give me 3 challenges. Three. Top 3.
Top 3. One is people.
Okay.
By far, number 1 is people. And it all boils down to people. Look, people are so skeptical, right? So when we're saying, look, we're about creating better leaders, and our acronym for SCIT, when people come in, most of the people, when they first join, it's like they're just saying this, right? But it's like, no, if you don't understand what SCIT means, you can't be part of this company. Like, Shebi, you employed me to do this. Go back to SCIT. If you don't understand what we're about, you can't be part of this company. So already from the beginning, like, we have a high attrition rate, or we had a higher attrition rate for the first month. Many people fall off because it's like they don't think it's really important to understand SCIT. We have an excellence pledge and SCIT. Those 2 things.
What pledge? Sorry.
Excellence pledge.
Okay.
Right?
Excellence.
So it's, today I will strive for excellence.
Oh.
I promise to do the right thing well, even when no one is watching me. Every meeting we start, everything that we have as an organization, we have to start with that. And it's not a pledge to the company. It's a pledge to yourself. Right? I'm striving for excellence. I don't need anybody to babysit me. I don't need anybody to watch me. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself. So we're trying to inculcate that in people. But you have some very intelligent, smart people that feel like, well, I'm not here for your pledge. You can't be here then. Leave. So one is like the skepticism of, you can't be doing more than just making lemonade and paying us. It's like, hey, lemonade is the byproduct of what we're trying to do. That's not the real mission. It's not making lemonade. We can make water. We could be doing something completely different tomorrow. But creating leaders with integrity people that are not scared to lead, people that understand that, you know, excellence requires sacrifice, people that understand that like integrity, and that skits, SEIT, I is integrity. If you don't have integrity, no matter how much you think you're getting ahead, you're like digging a hole. No matter how foolish you feel today, doing the right thing, you're moving ahead. You know, trying to ingrain those principles. Like if we have a team of people who really operate with that, like success is guaranteed, right? So number one is like the people, not finding, you know, and now, you know, I've gone through stages that I'm like, no, there's something wrong with me. It can't be the people, it has to be me now. You know, so I've been on a journey in the last 6 months, speaking with older brothers and older sisters that I feel like they're ahead. They've built teams. And most of them are going through the same struggles. But
so it's not you?
I wouldn't say it's not me, because one lesson that I learned through that is like, I failed. So the place I failed is, I think because of the way I came in and I did so much on my own, I've got very comfortable doing things on my own. But to be a good leader, it's about building people, building teams, empowering people to go through their own leadership journey, to make their own mistakes so that they can now be productive. And because I've been so used to doing it on my own, I lost sight of, hey, my job is to find leaders, build teams, not to execute on my own. So I've failed because when somebody's moving too slow or somebody's just not getting it, I'm very quick to jump in. And it's like, you shouldn't be the coach and the player. I need to be a coach. I need to be a great coach. So I've learned that. It took me too long to learn that. And talking to my older brothers and sisters now is like, I see that. And it may feel like I'm moving slower, and it may feel like it's harder. But, you know, that's the real journey. That's the real success, when you're building the teams and building the leaders and empowering them to perform. So yes, it was me. But even them that have the teams, they still go through their
struggling.
They still go through their challenges.
What's a different set, I guess?
Different set. So I think number one is people, and then, you know, this the general environment. It feels like every time I take a step forward, this guy, Tayo Ayano, did a fantastic interview with us. Fantastic. He made us. He's a special breed, right? Special breed. And literally after that, maybe 10 different agencies. It may be more than 10, but literally no less than 10 different agencies. None of them came to say, hey, great job, how can we support you? All of them came to say, you need to give us this for this.
That's money, extortion. Well, okay, money.
There's different ways of saying it, right? They'll say, do what you're supposed to do, levies and all this. But it's like, wow, what should have been a going forward literally has become like a heavy burden.
Because you got exposed.
Heavy burden. Got exposed. And got exposed to the tune of big agencies that are sitting on our heads. That it's like, you know, I said it's like, look, we're just starting to germinate. Like, if you uproot this plant to eat this small flower, like, we could be growing big forests. Enjoy the forest. Why try to get everything from this small little thing? So, yeah, the environment is not as enabling. And I know one of my big aunties, big sisters, I won't say her name, is heavy on enabling environment, and she's doing a fantastic job. But what they do there doesn't trickle down here. And at the operational level, it's like you're fighting everybody. Like you wake up to fight.
Yes.
You wake up to fight every day. So,
and that's before you start doing the business itself.
It doesn't even allow you to really get to the business. You get? So I feel like, you know, so I hit a point. I don't know the last time I cried, but I cried like I had to do something. I was going to hurt somebody or hurt something.
Out of frustration.
Just pure frustration. And I was just crying and saying, like, I was just crying, and it was just like, look, I don't have to be here. And this place is like, most people don't have the type of grit at this level. Like, if I would do it again, I'd do something that's not in manufacturing. I wouldn't even touch manufacturing. And it's sad, because that's what we need. But I wouldn't touch it because of all these other elements. And yeah, so it just hit me that it's like, it's not supportive. And it's like, even if you don't support us, get off our heads.
Yeah.
Just let us do what we're trying to do. So yeah, people trying to build teams and the environment.
So Seyi, these challenges, what do you do to mitigate them? Do you have any strategies?
We talked about people, environment, and the third is finances, right? So, you know, we've been bootstrapping, and I think it was part of proving, you know, there's a lot of ego tied up in that. I could do it. We could make it work. Now, though, you know, it's almost like I'm the limiting factor in the company. And it's you know, we've proven the product, we've proven the viability, we've proven we know how to operate. Now is a decision that, like, and it's almost scary in a way, but it's like, no, it's like, hey, are you gonna keep this comfortable, or are you gonna make it an institution? So we're in the process of raising money to institutionalize the company, get some professional hands, professional heads, people that can challenge me, people that are smarter than me, get them in the company and really build a viable company that's going to outlive me, outlive my brother, outlive all of us that are involved in the company right now. So those are the three challenges. How do you mitigate them? With the people, it's just really not being scared to be wrong. You know, so we revamped our whole, how we recruit, how we interview, like the processes we go through before anybody joins our team. And it makes it tougher to get the right people, but we're really focused on not trying to change anybody in our company, but getting the right people in. So being more selective, being more intentional, not even selective, being more intentional about the type of people that we want in our company. The environment is just determining not to let the environment determine our future. You know, so the last time I cried, and the first time I cried, it was really like, at the end of the day, it was like I was feeling sorry for myself. And I was like, no, I don't have to be here. I'm choosing to be here. So it's like, look, this is your environment. Accept it. Then what are you going to do about it? You know, and from there, like with that is now like, look, I'm not expecting anybody's help. I'm not expecting things to change. It's like, hey, but so what type of, you know, there's someone in the Bible, not to get too religious on you, there's someone in the Bible that talks about Goshen, right? And it said, look, there was famine all around, there was all this all around, and then there was this Goshen. And it was just like, look, like, you can make Goshen wherever you are, right? So all these elements are outside of Goshen, and you have to interact with them because you will go outside of Goshen sometimes. But don't forget you're in Goshen, right? So it's that mind frame is like, you can make your great area wherever you are. So it's like, so I wake up, I have a routine that I try to follow every day, but it's, you know, up by 4 exercises and then taking time to really just reflect and be thankful, like naming things that I'm thankful for. And starting your day, or starting my day with, you know, the power that comes with, wow, I'm so blessed. I'm healthy. I have the opportunity to try to create something. I know these people are going to come, but they're coming to me. That means they want to come suck from value. That's where the value is. So finding things that ginger me based on, you know, my belief with, you know I'm here for a purpose. I know I'm a steward. I know I was blessed with certain talents. And I know there's nothing that, no matter what I face, it's like, I know the conclusion, you know, and it's really based on a solid, like, I know the God I serve. So doing great things is not you, it's not me. So it's like, it's not me. It's like God chose to use me for a purpose. And I know what the purpose is, so it's aligned with that. None of these will overcome me. So people paying attention to the type of people, environment, like guiding myself and guarding myself and preparing myself every day, reminding myself who I am every day before the elements come in.
And creating your own environment, your own Goshen.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
And then finances is like now, you know, a big part. So in the States, it's like you're expected to raise money. You have an idea, the next step is go get money. It doesn't work like that here. And I think, you know, it got to a stage that it's almost scary to ask somebody for money, because what if it doesn't succeed? Right? And it's like, that pressure. But it's like, look, I'm just at a point now. It's like, look, I've done this.
Yes.
I know the steps I need to take now. The mistakes I've made with my money and my time and my literal blood and sweat.
And tears.
And tears. I know what I want to do. Now, so if it fails, then it's going to fail. But it won't fail because I didn't know what to do. And it won't fail because I wasn't ready to do it. It just failed. And many things fail. So now my mind is looking at it like, where are you going? What do you need to get there? Get it.
And go.
Get it. So don't even mess around. Don't try to be cute. Bootstrapping is cool, you know, but if you don't have to, don't.
Don't.
Right?
So tell me, I was just thinking about, okay, so you've gotten up to the point where you're about to raise funds.
Yes.
You're in the process of like getting ready for that, or you're looking now to raise funds. And then what? Like, how do you want, like, what do we see for Wilson's?
What do you see for Wilson? So funds, raising $5 million. Bringing on some experienced salespeople, getting a sales team lead, getting somebody to run the sales, getting somebody to run our marketing team, sales marketing, getting solid finance, right? A solid finance team in place. And then finally, we have to build a real facility. Our facility is, we've been very creative. We make it work, right? But it's, you know, what I see as a facility in my mind is where we need to get, right? So sales, marketing, finance team, facility. And I really feel like, I know right now there's no number 2 brand that's Nigeria, you know. So you have...
You're market leader in
our niche.
Yes, you are.
But in general, like when you think about juice, Coke is the only company that, no matter where you go in Nigeria, you'll say Poppy or Chi or something like this. There's no number 2.
Well, yeah, but Coke actually had to get Chi.
Yes. Yes. But so now is, look, in this 200 million people plus in 36 states, there's one brand belongs to one company, or 2 brands belong to one company that you can say any state you go to, they would know. Why is there not a number 2? That's where we're going.
Fantastic.
Right? That's where we're going.
Great. So for you, if you were to go back, 25, you came back when you were 25. Yeah. To advise Seyi, young 25-year-old Seyi, hey, I'm going back to Nigeria to start my business. What 3 things would you tell Seyi?
Wow.
25-year-old
Would Seyi listen? That's the question. Would Seyi listen? Number 1, look, I jumped into an opportunity because I thought it was an easy way to get into Nigeria in terms of work under my uncle. I could trust him, learn Nigeria, learn the ropes, go. I didn't think about how big is that opportunity in relation to other things I could have been doing. So I think the first thing is to start off with, how big can this get? And make sure I put myself in opportunities that can get humongous, as opposed to opportunities that are closest to me only. I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about that. So my mind narrowed in on, oh, my uncle's doing something. I can trust him. I want to be in Nigeria. Let's go. I should have, I would have been telling Shay, hey, look, no, that's great. That's an easy win. Or so you thought, at least. If you wanted to do with your skill sets, the biggest thing you could do, what areas would you be looking? So number one is like, I don't want to sound too professional, so it's like pick an industry, but it's like, no, pick an area that can be big, or pick a project that can be huge. Or like work on the biggest things you could work on. Number one. Number two, this is like, I have goals, and this is one of my goals for this year, is literally, get out more and network. Like, I've been on my island, and I've been, so like, I need to build this business, focus on the business. Like, I only come to Lagos for people like you and things like this. Like, I'm not here to play. I'm here to do this. And as we're trying to grow the business, it's like, you need good people. You need intelligent people. Like, I'm craving intelligent people. Like, I read so much because it's like, it stimulates me. It makes me excited. But it's like, man, I wish I had that with people. So number two would be like, no matter what you're doing, like, you need to put yourself in opportunities to be with highly intelligent, like, and not just like I lock away book smart intelligent, but like real world intelligent people that are doing things, right? So it's I got too comfortable being alone. So number one, biggest opportunity. Number two is like, hey, no matter what you're working on, like, it's not in a very fake networking way, but in a look for people that are doing things, going places that are smart, and force yourself to be with them. Like,
so you be intentional and make out time. Be very intentional.
Yeah, it's not a waste of time. It's not a distraction. It's actually can help you, right? So big opportunities, people. Number three, what would I tell myself when I was 25? So I didn't tell myself this, but I think it's been great. Look, so I sensed my parents were growing apart before I left the U.S. And I have three siblings, well, we're four. After we all moved out, they eventually got a divorce. And the lesson that it was just coming up in me. There's like, look, every relationship is either growing or dying. And if you're not proactively working on making it grow, it is by default dying. So the third thing, and which I'm glad I found, is like, you need to be very intentional about your partner. So, there are many women, there are few wives. Many men, few husbands. And, the third thing is, be very intentional about who you make your partner. Now, being intentional doesn't mean they have to be perfect. So many people are making the mistakes of, oh, I haven't found the right one. No, anybody could be the right one. But it's like being like, I'm so self-aware. And I know where I shine. And it's not arrogance. It's just understanding what I was blessed with. And I know where I'm embarrassingly weak. And I saw my wife for what she is and what she could be. And like, we've had like very open and direct conversations about priorities and goals. This is before we got married. Priorities, goals, shortcomings. And, as much as she has sacrificed and I have sacrificed, like, we keep growing together. because we've been very intentional. Like, it's like she fits me. Right?
It's beautiful.
And if I didn't have that, I know many, I'm getting older now. I used to say many young folks, but I know many people my age that are like suffering relationships, enduring relationships, right? My wife, our relationship feeds me, you know, and with all the challenges of Nigeria and all the challenges of the business, like that's part of the Goshen I've created, this beautiful lady that is growing this family with me, that I wasn't told, but that's one thing I'll tell anybody that's trying to do anything that's out of the box. Like, be very intentional and very real with who you think could even be your partner. Right? It's not after you get involved that you share the details.
This is now you're trapped. This is the real deal.
Signed up for. Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on talking about any of this. I wanted to talk about safe business things.
It's a conversation, but this is the business stuff. These are business things because you're the founder, and these are the journeys, or this is the journey you're going through, and you deal with this before you run the business. And any founder watching, your potential founder, is going to go through these things and may not be equipped, because no one is talking about these things. So Seyi, thank you so much for coming and for sharing your story. It's been deeply enriching, actually, listening to you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And thank you so much for spending this time with us on Seed Diaries. Remember to subscribe and click on the notification button so that you know when we release new episodes. Follow us on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching Seed Diaries.